This is session number 10 in the alcohol rehabilitation series. We will begin this session, like the others, by first practicing relaxation. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Allow your whole body, as you let out the air, to go into a complete slump. Imagine your whole body just collapsing. Every muscle becoming completely relaxed, going into a more and more relaxed state. Become completely relaxed. Settle back. Take a deep breath. Let your whole body just sink and sag, opening up your mind. Imagine yourself as you lie there in an elevator, on a cot in an elevator, if you can imagine this. And you're relaxing on this cot in the elevator. The elevator slowly begins to descend. Try very hard and imagine yourself going down, down. Each floor you pass, you go deeper and deeper into a completely relaxed state. From the 10th floor, the elevator has gone down a floor slowly. You have the pleasant, completely relaxed, sinking feeling. Elevator slowly going down, 9th, 8th floor down. When we reach the bottom floor, your whole body will be completely relaxed, absolutely relaxed. Down to the 7th floor, the sinking feeling, the elevator, still going down. A feeling of lightness as the elevator goes down underneath you, drifting slowly down. Your whole body's relaxed, more and more relaxed. Your breathing has become deep and regular. Deep, relaxed breaths. You find yourself taking. Each breath relaxes you. Still going down deeper into a relaxed state. The 5th floor. Past the 5th floor down. 4. 3rd floor. so deep. No matter how relaxed you become, even if you fall asleep, you will continue to hear every word. You will remain involved. Even if you fall asleep, you will remain completely aware of what is being said. Second floor, down, deeper and deeper. And now, the bottom floor of the elevator gently stops. Your whole body is completely relaxed, completely relaxed. You've gone down completely into a totally relaxed state. The word relax has perhaps begun to be a magic word with you. Perhaps you've been learning to use this word to control your reactions to various kinds of situations. There's no situation that cannot be helped by relaxing. If you relax completely, even under pressure, this doesn't mean you won't be able to do what you need to. It means that your senses will be in the best condition to take the best action that will help you most. You're not hiding by relaxing, you're just making yourself more alert, more clear in thinking when you're under pressure. So remember this, try it out when you're under pressure. Say the word relax before you act. Think, relax, relax. Now you're still completely relaxed right now. And we're going to try something else now to show you the possibilities of relaxation on conditions that influence or affect the body. Many of you possibly you have had a stomach ache when you've been upset. Everybody's had a stomach ache. What I want you to do is start thinking about a stomach ache. I want you to think of your own stomach. You feel it churning. There seems to be a pain developing. Think very hard about this. Focus on your stomach. Notice there's an increase in tension in your stomach. Notice your stomach is increasing in tension. There's a sharp pain beginning in your stomach. A sharp pain beginning. You've been under a great deal of tension, let's say. They've been pushing you, trying to get you to do more than your job. Now your stomach is hurting. There's a burning sensation. It's feeling upset. The food is turning over in your stomach. You feel almost ready to vomit. Now, practice the slump. Let yourself completely go into a deep, completely relaxed state. Relax every muscle in your body. You're relaxing your legs, thinking of your legs, relaxing them, relaxing your thighs, going deep into a relaxed state. Your breath was coming in short pants, but now your breath has become deep and regular again, going deep, back into a relaxed state. You're at the bottom of the elevator again, completely relaxed. if you were successful in creating a stomach ache, by now, after having allowed yourself to just slump, allowing yourself to drift into a state just as though you were a noodle, a wet noodle, or a blob. You just let yourself relax so completely not a muscle had any tension in it. If you were successful in creating the stomach ache and in relaxing, the stomach ache is gone. And this technique can be used in a variety of situations. Now we're going to begin some of the scenes. You will listen to these scenes just as though you were going through it right now. You will imagine it in every detail, follow every detail of these scenes. You will see yourself going through these scenes. The more successful you are in doing this, the greater chance you have of profiting from this. You're still relaxed. You're getting ready to picture the next scene. We will call this the prescription for drinking. You're at home. Things have been going too well. Your woman, your wife, your girlfriend, whoever it is, picture them in this situation. They've been uneasy. You've been acting nice to her. She can't stand it. She's gone out to have her hair fixed, and she just has come in the door. You look up at her. She's looking pretty good. Let's say you've never done much housework before, but today, while she was gone, you made an effort to help out a little. You've been making a real effort. You don't usually do any of this kind of stuff. You picked up the house and cleaned up. She walks back in. You're looking at her. She's standing there. She looks really nice. Sexy, with her hair fixed. You're staring at her, really admiring her. And then she turns to you and says, "The way you're looking at me is just like you'd look at a cheap whore." Suddenly something inside you explodes. You jump up, run over, hit her across the face. She bounces off the wall and runs into the bedroom crying. This was a setup operation. She was trying to get you angry, and she did. You feel guilty, ashamed, and yet angry because she said that, angry at yourself because you lost yourself. You feel that it isn't very manly to hit a woman. In this anger, the only thing you can think of is a drink. You immediately leave the house. Picture yourself leaving the house, walking out to the car, getting in, going down to the nearest bar, walking in the bar. It's in the middle of the day, so it's dark inside, light outside. Your eyes adjust to the light. You go over to the bar, order a take a big swallow. It tastes really good. You know, in a few minutes, just a matter of minutes, and the episode will be behind you. You'll have numbed yourself. You set your drink down, enjoying the first swallow. You look at your drink. Something is in your drink. You can't believe it. It really looks like there's something moving. You look again, you look more closely. Your drink seems to have filled up with squirming things. There's a bottle sitting right next to you. You told the bartender to just bring the bottle and leave it there because you plan to just get plastered. And now you look at the bottle. The bottle is full of squirming, horrible things. Things that seem to be just moving around at the bottom of the bottle. It's hazy, but you keep getting a glimpse of this. The bar is kind of dark. You can't see real well. You wonder, does anybody else see this? You see spiders and worms squirming around, climbing over the edge of your glass, crawling down on your hand, holding the drink. Then you realize that you just took a big swallow of it. Your mouth feels crawly. Things are moving around inside of your mouth. In your throat, spiders and worms crawling around in your mouth. They push their way out of your mouth, crawling out onto your face. You try to brush them off. They seem to be breeding in the bottle, in your mouth. More and more of them crawling out of the bottle. Big spiders, black, crawling on your hands, on your arms, on your face, and your mouth. It's horrible. You slap at them. You try to brush them away. There still seems to be more and more coming out of your mouth. Your whole body is covered with them. You try to scream. They've filled your throat and mouth. You can't scream. You stand up, brushing them off. You're in terror. You're choking on them. You can't breathe. Your stomach becomes very nauseous. Your stomach turns over. You almost vomit. But instead, you just sink to the floor, feeling all of their little bites on your flesh. Now the scene fades. Let yourself relax. Take a deep breath. Let yourself relax. Completely relax. Another deep breath. Deep. That's it. Now let it out. Relax. Relax. We're going to have a brief pause while you continue telling yourself, practicing yourself, deep relaxation, letting yourself go into a deeply relaxed state. Begin relaxing yourself. imagine yourself in the house. You just cleaned it up, waiting for your wife or your woman, your girlfriend. You've been trying to please her, worked hard, maybe gone overboard, because a lot of times it doesn't seem like it matters what you do. She still finds something wrong, tries to find some way to blow it. She walks in. Look at her. You're really admiring her. She looks nice and sexy. Her hair's fixed. She's just been to the beauty parlor. Suddenly she turns to you, anger in her voice. She says, "The way you're looking at me is just the way you'd look at a cheap whore." She's furious. She's trying to make it look like you did something dirty, like you're some kind of dirty animal just after her body. Again, your first impulse is to jump up and smack the shit out of her. Instead, this time, the first thing you do is take a deep breath and let yourself relax. Go ahead, take a deep breath. And another one, another deep breath. You're saying, relax. Relax. You're still in the scene, imagining it. She's staring at you, waiting for an answer. She's waiting for a fight. She's waiting for you to jump up. She's too nervous about the way things have been going. They've been going too good. She wants to blow it. She wants to ruin it. She can't stand waiting. You still say nothing. Finally, you've allowed yourself to relax. Finally, you say, "What do you mean?" You're buying time now. You can't think of an answer right away. You're still fighting off the urge to smack her down. She wants you to jump up and slug her. It would solve her problems. She's afraid to get close. She's afraid to have a real man around the house. So she can turn you into the villain. She wins. She can get out and think it was all your fault. You're thinking you're still delaying doing anything. She answers your question. "I saw the way you looked at me. Don't play dumb." But you just sit there, still thinking, what am I going to do next? Planning it out. So you answer, just what kind of look did that look like? You're forcing yourself to stay relaxed and calm, taking deep breaths, still relaxed, completely relaxed. Your thinking, as you're remaining relaxed, is clearing up. The initial burst of anger is fading. You realize now what she is doing, what she is telling you about herself, how she feels about herself. She feels like a cheap whore herself. She doesn't feel like a woman. She thinks she has nothing else to offer but sex and her body. But yet she tries to make you take the guilt for her own thoughts. She wants to turn you into a drunk or a wife-beating bastard because a cheap whore, like she thinks she is, but won't admit it, doesn't deserve a real man, but deserves some kind of a pimp. She answers again. Don't try to tell me you didn't look at me like that. You say, am I being put on trial for the way I look at you now? You're figuring out a plan. You're starting to think of a plan. She wants an excuse to shout and rave, an excuse to kick you out, She wants you to hit it and run out and get drunk like you did the first time through. You just let her finish. As she's raving away, you're not even listening because you're figuring about your plan. Then you say, if you're finished and you'll let me talk, I've got something to say to you, but I'm not going to shout it at you or try to shout over you. You want to hear it? Go ahead, she says. Try to defend the ugly way you looked at me. You start saying, well, tell me this. And she interrupts you like you knew she would, saying, you know, you don't have any excuses. She always uses this interrupting device to confuse you. You just stop. You say, are you going to listen or not? And as she sits there for a couple of seconds, you go on and ask, is sex dirty between two people who love each other? She has to admit it isn't. Then you say, is it dirty for a man to want to have sex with his wife? She has to say no again. Then you say, sometimes when I look at you, I get really excited. I get turned on. If this is being dirty, I guess I've got a dirty mind. But if you weren't a woman and I never looked at you that way, I think you'd have more to worry about. If you can't look at your wife and think you'd like to go to bed with her without getting beat up for it, then something is wrong with marriage, with the woman. She settles down. She even smiles. She's pleased. She wanted to fight. You twist it around because of your skill in handling her instead of her handling you. She feels bad because she is kind of a sloppy housekeeper, and she can get you angry, acting like a bastard. Nobody's going to say to her, you're a lousy housekeeper, because who would keep house for a drunkard? And time and again, she did this. Except for this time. You're feeling really good about the way the scene came out the last time, the way you handled yourself. You took care of the situation without getting a drink, and that made you feel really alive, like you could handle things without the alcohol. Now, in preparation for the next scene, first let yourself relax again. Become completely relaxed. Settle back. Take a deep breath. Let your whole body just sink and sag. Opening up your mind. In this scene, imagine yourself, you're waking up, it's early in the morning, you were drinking the night before, and you feel pretty shaky all over. Imagine yourself lying there, feeling kind of nervous. And so, you need a bottle. You need a drink to steady yourself. You feel like you need it in the worst way. get on the phone because you just feel like you can't get out. You call up a friend, fellow that you've known off and on. You tell him that you really need a drink, and could he come over and talk to you? He thinks that he's going to come over and rescue you, just like AA, keep you from drinking. He gets over there right away. You sit kind of half trembling. When he walks in, you feel the shakes coming on even worse. You wonder, is part of this for his benefit or... But you really want a drink, so you tell him, look, I've got to have a drink. I want you to go down and get me a bottle, and I'll give you the money for it. He thinks that he's supposed to have come over there to keep you from drinking. So then he starts telling you about the evils of alcohol, giving you a lecture on it. Every word he says makes you even thirstier, wanting a drink even more. Every word he talks about the evils of alcohol makes you feel like you can hardly stand it another minute. The more he says, don't drink, in his pious way, makes you feel like, I'll show you. In fact, your plan is not only to drink, but to get him to get it for you. Since he seems to be so against it, this will be a real challenge. So you lay back on the bed, you're clutching the sheets. He becomes frightened. He doesn't quite know what to do. He says, can I help? You say, all I need is a drink. I need a drink. And that'll take care of it. You finally have talked him into it. You feel quite a bit of satisfaction at making him go get you a drink. There's a little bit of rebel in you, and quite a bit of determination. Your determination can get you a drink under any circumstances. And people have said that if only this determination was directed in another way, you'd probably be a millionaire. Comes back with the bottle. You throw down a real quick slug, and already your nerves are starting to feel more relaxed, more calm. Your friend is torn. He doesn't know what to think. He knows you're not supposed to provide alcohol to somebody like that, but what could he do? And so you completely ignore him now. You got what you want. You're sitting there, taking a big drink still, enjoying it, feeling your body begin to relax a little bit. Your friend leaves. The shakes seem to be going, but then something starts happening in your stomach. Your stomach seems to be reacting. You hadn't eaten any food. The booze isn't going down right. It tastes funny in your throat. you start feeling like your throat is burning. This burning flows all the way down to your stomach. Your last meal starts turning over in your stomach. Your whole stomach seems to just be coming knotted up, coming in knots. It's getting worse and worse. You begin to feel like you can't hold your food down, the little bit of food that you did eat yesterday. And it starts coming up. Food is in your mouth, forcing itself up. You can no longer hold this down, forcing itself out of your mouth. The odor is terrible. You're vomiting up the drink, the stale food. All that stale booze is coming out, the vomiting, into your drink. All over your drink. All over your shirt. All over your pants. All over your hands and feet. The foul smelling vomit splashes on the floor. It is disgusting. You can't stop. You're gagging and choking on the vomit. The smell is terrible. Your head is reeling. Tears come to your eyes because of the gagging over the horrible smell. You can't stop. You're heaving with the dry heaves now. Blood comes up. Pink gobs of blood. You're gasping and choking so hard that you must have broken a blood vessel. Blood is just red, spreading into the vomit. You're having the dry heaves and nothing but blood's coming out. Your stomach is just trembling and shaking, racked with pain. Alright, that's the termination of that scene. Just let yourself relax. Going back into a relaxed state, completely relaxed. Take a deep breath. A real deep breath. That's it. Your whole body's relaxing more and more. Feeling more comfortable now. The scene's fading more and more. Now I'm going to have you practice relaxing on your own for a short period. I want you to practice right now deepening your own relaxation using whatever methods we've practiced, whatever methods you've found best. I'm going to pause and let you practice this right now. Go ahead, relax yourself. still completely relaxed. Now we are going into the scripting. By this I mean we're rewriting your usual script. Your best guess of what you would be doing a week from now would probably be having a drink. Because people have told you that you're a helpless alcoholic, that you can't control your drinking. But in the last session, we started rewriting the script, and you had gone for a whole week in that script without drinking. You had felt really good. Now, it's been a month since you've done any drinking. And now you're on the way, on a bus, on the way to the Grand Canyon. You are amazed at yourself for actually having made the preparations for this trip. On the seat next to you is someone you didn't think you'd ever see again. You had both been in love with each other before. And just recently, you got back together again. Picture her sitting next to you on the bus. She's taking the trip to the Grand Canyon with you. You review the past 3 weeks in your mind since you had dinner with the family on the beach. It has been a good 3 weeks. A real good 3 weeks. You not only got called the next day for a job, you got 2 job calls. You took the best one and started to work the day after. You worked on the job for 3 weeks and decided not to wait before you started enjoying life. Before, you thought you were enjoying life using your leisure time drinking. You had a 5-day weekend coming up because of the holidays hitting just right. You decided to take a little trip. Your first week's check you used to pay off a couple debts. The second week you made a few more payments on old debts and felt really good about starting over to make your credit good. Now you have the third week's check, a good sized check, enough to have a good 5-day trip, and you're on the road. You're sailing along through the pretty countryside, seeing this just as though you were there, seeing it in your mind, going through the desert, looking at the cactus plants, miles of rolling sand, watching the jackrabbits jump, watching the colors of the desert, the painted rocks, all from your seat on the air-conditioned bus. You really feel on top of the world, sailing along, enjoying the company of the woman next to you. You thought it was all over between you, but she seemed to sense a new you when you called her, suggesting the trip. It's really one of the first times you've ever taken her anywhere of any distance. She's like a kid again, enjoying the trip, looking at the scenery. You're enjoying the trip yourself, twice as much, because you get to see it all through your eyes and also through her eyes. She gets so excited about things. Even so, you're a little bit afraid what's going to happen next. What will you do if she gets mad? That's where you had problems before. What if you get mad at her? But remember, you've learned quite a bit about relaxing yourself. You used to worry about the anger, her anger and your anger so much you found yourself starting fights to get it over with because you were so sure there would be a fight anyway. You doze off on the trip. She wakes you up. We're there. We've made it. Sure enough, you get out of the bus, and there it is. You've been without booze for a whole month now. And your mind is clear. You're experiencing the colors, the Grand Canyon at sundown, in all of its glory. The colors are bright, reds, gold, beautiful colors. You can't remember anything so beautiful in all your life. You feel a little thrill run through your whole body. You see yourself standing on the edge, looking down. You put your arm around her waist and pull her close. You feel really good about her. Both of you sharing one of the most wonderful things nature has to offer. You can see for miles and miles down the Grand Canyon. You feel on top of the world. Your legs are sturdier now than they've ever been. You don't have any tendency to shake anymore. You haven't touched a drink for a month, and know that if you had, you wouldn't be experiencing this fantastic sight now, feasting in on it with your eyes. You check into the motel and start to go for a walk. You walk and walk and walk along the paths, along the canyon rim. It seems that every step you take, with her holding your hand as you walk along, reveals new fantastic colors, new beauty. The sun begins setting. The colors change from reds. Look at these colors. See them in your own mind. You're experiencing it just as though you were there. There's violets, all the colors of the rainbow showing in the rocks. Far below, miles below, you can see people on mules walking along the canyon floor.
Now let yourself relax. Let yourself relax. We're drawing to the end of session number 10.